Have you ever had friends who would literally do anything for you? I mean, break down walls, move mountains, do the impossible kind of friends? Today, we're diving into a story about exactly that kind of friendship, and it leads to one of the most powerful moments in Jesus' ministry. In biblical times, a man had been paralyzed for years. He's heard about this teacher, this miracle worker named Jesus, who's in his town. Hope, maybe for the first time in a long time, sparks his heart. The problem? The house where Jesus is teaching is packed. I mean, standing room only, people spilling out into the streets. There's absolutely no way to get inside. This is where his friends come in. They're not deterred. They carry their friend on his mat, climb up onto the roof of the house, and start digging. Can you imagine the scene? Dust and bits of clay start falling down on the crowd inside. People look up, confused. Then an opening appears, and slowly, carefully, these friends lower their paralyzed buddy right down in front of Jesus. Talk about making an entrance. Everybody's eyes are on Jesus. They're all expecting a miracle, a command for the man to stand up and walk. But Jesus does something completely unexpected. He looks at the man on the mat, sees the incredible faith of his friends, and says, "Son, your sins are forgiven." Wait, what? The religious leaders of the room are shocked. They're thinking, who does this guy think he is? Only God can forgive sins. They were right about one thing. Only God has that authority. But they were missing the bigger picture. Jesus knew exactly what they were thinking. He asked them one simple question. Which is easier to say, your sins are forgiven, or get up and take your mat and walk? Of course, anyone can say your sins are forgiven, but to prove you have the authority to do so, that requires a demonstration of power. So to show them that he, the Son of Man, truly had authority on earth to forgive sins, Jesus turns back to the paralyzed man. "I tell you," he says, "get up, take your mat, and go home." And immediately the man does just that. The crowd is completely amazed. This story is incredible for so many reasons. First, it highlights the power of community and friendship. Those friends went to extraordinary lengths, fueled by faith that Jesus could help. But the core message is even deeper. Jesus prioritized the man's spiritual healing before his physical healing. Jesus declared something profound about his own identity. He wasn't just a healer or a teacher. He was God in the flesh, with the authority to forgive the very things that separate us from our Creator. The physical healing was the proof, the undeniable sign that his claim to forgive sins was true. It shows us that while our physical needs are important to God, our spiritual health is his ultimate priority.
Just talk about